Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the first episode of Otome Game no Hametsu Flag Shikanai Akuyaku Reijo ni Tensei shite shimatta, which I will probably just call Hamefura from now on because that's what literally everyone calls the show. Now, I don't know too much about the show, but I do know that it's gotten a pretty positive reception among people. It seems to be kind of considered one of the better shows of the season, so I'm pretty late on picking it up, of course, but better late than never. So yeah, let's just dive on in and see what this it's all about. So hopefully we can have a pretty good time with that. 3, 2, 1, play. We're starting with water. That's a good sign. I like water. Yeah, very fantasy setting-esque. My next life as a villainess. Yeah, she has a quite nice character design. I like it a lot. A Magic Academy. Those are always fun. Katrina. Wow, they really are going all out for the visuals in the introduction scene. I like it. Oh. She's up for a challenge, I see. that forehead sparkle. It's a lot of mates. I'll take them if you don't need them. I could use a mate or two around the house. And be polite if you can. It's a lover at first sight thing. Wow, okay. Yeah, that worked quickly. We've been walking for like, what, a minute? This girl. I think someone's jelly. Hold on. I mean, I could see a bit of a resemblance, you know? Okay. Maybe she does have difficulty walking after all. You careful. Oh. Wait, what? Is that how she gets, like, isekai? Just a head injury? Or no, is it just bringing back memories? That would have been funny, though. Doggy! Bad doggy! Go away! This is my lunch, you can't have it. A doghouse? I somehow doubt that. Fortune lover. Okay, so we got, ouch, that is a, ow, that is a bad injury. Definitely want to put some ice on that. Thank you for all this backstory. Yeah, your last life was a little bit less, princessy. I mean, a head injury can only improve her attitude, so. Ain't that the truth? She's so rude to her maids. Yeah, this is a difference. Yeah, you should think of the rest of society. I'm sure it does have its inconveniences. Yes, I was totally listening. What were we talking about? Just bye-bye. Yeah, that was an odd way to phrase it. Yeah, what? Did something happen? Well, there you go. Congrats. Taking responsibility for a head injury. Yeah, maybe we should slow down a bit and talk about this before we start eating wedding cake. I guess I would imagine. So yeah, she's fully back into her old self. Evil rich girl. Yep, that's you. Really does look like a bad injury. What does special do? Madia. So she's not even like the main, like the protagonist of the story. She's just like the evil girl, the villainess. That's a pretty nice little twist, actually. Wow. Okay, buddy. I believe you. Keith. A lot of names to remember here. I'm glad you think so. And then there's me. She nails that evil smile, too. Bordered on crime. Yeah, this is not gonna end well for you, unless you do something. Ouch, jeez. That is a bad end. And I guess the show is gonna be all about trying to avoid the bad end. So that's just tragic. Well, what do we do? Means you're kind of screwed. I love the evil look on her face. This is the opening? Oh, she was cute. Whoever that was. All routes lead to doom. Yeah, this is definitely the opening. Like halfway through the episode. So yeah, that was all pretty much just build up for the premise. And this is a really cool idea for a show, just... I definitely like that. Oh. Oh. That is not safe. Happily reading a book together. Is that what friends do? Oh wow, and holding on the beach, that's... This just took a turn for the lewd, this opening. Yeah, plenty of new characters to meet, still. Like pretty much every other female character for one. Okay, so we have the internal mind meetings. It's a fine mustache, by the way. Sure we can. That's actually a pretty good option, too. Apparently it's not an option. Earth magic. Yeah, we haven't gotten too much magic in the show yet. She gonna grow up. Little. Okay, just a little bump. That was gonna use at least a flower. But what fun would that be? There's a possibility. I can't say I know him too well, so... I believe you. Smart, so we can defend ourselves from getting just stabbed to death. That's actually a pretty good place to start, at least. Just improve our basic skills. Yeah, he doesn't know about the Sekai stuff. He doesn't know what's going on in there. At least the maid's probably not gonna get fired now. They gotta be just so confused. By hitting it? Sure. Just so Joe's not a farming. More important than farming? Oh. Well, we're kind of... Yeah, that's a look. They probably weren't expecting that. I am speaking with Earth. What are you doing? You want a shovel? Eh? Cute little farm. Harvest moon. I mean, he's probably gonna like it. Or at least find it funny. I still think they could phrase that better. That friggin' sparkles. Well, we haven't made any progress on getting that cancelled. But hopefully we can at least get some good tomatoes. Well, I understand that. Just gotta keep doing your best to survive. What's happening here? The music is a bit ominous. Oh, Keith, okay, yeah. He was mentioned before. They just keep coming. The fine drawing. It's very sad. Of course she did. I guess that's one way to deal with it. Certainly are worse ways. Naturally. Yeah, we're not helping too much just yet, are we? What are we thinking? Killing him? Kill him first. Oh no! Oh, that's so sad. Hasn't he lived a sad enough life as it is? I guess that we could do that. Give him lots of hugs and head pats. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Certainly wouldn't hurt anything. The more he likes you, less likely he is to kill you. Logically. To a point. Let's go play. Yeah, we should get along. Not at all. Oh, we're making good progress on our farm, at least. Well, of course. Things seem to be going smoothly between them so far. He probably wouldn't kill her. It's a nice stream, actually. What would her favorite place be? Oh, the tree. It is a nice tree. Not as good as the stream, though. You probably shouldn't, though. Another head injury would probably be pretty bad. He still has the scar. It's like a koala. Or a monkey. Ah! Oh no! Is he gonna catch her? Or is she gonna die? Yeah. Well, he sort of caught her. Kind of. I mean, there's worse ways to go. She almost avoided the issue by killing him first. Well, yeah, try not to land on your brother anymore. Get a room, you two. It's nice that everything works out. At least so far. She's still probably gonna die a horrible death in the future. Can you make a flower? Yeah, I kind of want to see what he can do as well. Yeah, just a tip. Oh, little Earthman. He can actually make a move. Definitely more impressive than the lump she made. Yeah, how big can you do it? This girl. Not exactly the purest motivations. How big are we going? Oh, it seems pretty... Oh, jeez! That is a lot bigger than I expected. Oh. I would have been impressed with the human-sized one. Yeah, might not want to get too close. Well, she's dead again. Could you stop hurting yourself for 5 minutes, Katrina? Like, seriously, we cannot afford any more head injuries. They might yell at Keith for that, you know. Yeah, it seems like it. Okay. Yeah, but it wasn't for no reason, it's because she asked. Yeah, he's not gonna blame her or anything. He's a good boy. Just hopping out of there. So. Yeah, we're backtracking. We need to get along well, or you might kill me. This is important. You can't just lock yourself away from me. Nothing good will come of that. Yeah, this is a good reason to use a big old golem to smash them. So yeah, Keith did nothing wrong. Man, that really is a lot of power. Really puts Katarina to shame. Ouch. Wow, even a little bit of blood splatter. But they had it coming, so... It'll only kill you if you're an asshole. So just don't be one. But you know it's hard for some people, to be fair. Oh no. She gonna blow it up? Is her magic even strong enough to do that? Oh, no. No magic. No magic, just a big ol' axe she got on a wall somewhere. Okay, I guess that works. Here's Katrina. Oh, that's great. I really did not see that coming. Well, she's in. You're not gonna ignore me. My life's on the line, man. I'm not gonna let you ignore me. That'd just be terrifying. Well, now what do we do? There you go. She still asks you to do it. Well, I mean, this is complicated. She's afraid of what you might do in the future. Gonna grab his okay, there you go. Yeah, hiding from it's not gonna help. You just learn. You learn to deal with it. You can't run away from it. Right up until you kill me. Probably the happiest thing that's happened to him in a long time. Oh no. I can explain, Mother. The door got in my way. That door's just never stood a chance. Okay, no ED. Right. Okay, well, that was the first episode of Hamefura. And yeah, I thought that was a really, really good start. So just right out the gate, the concept, isekai anime are pretty common. Like, I'm sure you've seen a few or at least heard of a few, And so generally they have to have some kind of gimmick to stand out, in the current isekai atmosphere. So the one that this has is, rather than isekaiing into the protagonist of the story, where everything kind of revolves around you, she was isekai'd in the villainess of the story. Someone that gets just screwed over and killed and just is horrible. And, she hasn't really done anything wrong. She just, bad luck, got put into the wrong spot. So at that point, what do? You can't just wait around for the bad end is coming because you have this meta knowledge about the game. So she has to do all these schemes to try to, for self-preservation, to not die. And that's really a cool idea, really cool concept, So right out the gate, that got me interested in the story pretty heavily. Now, one thing that did surprise me with the episode was just how much of it took place in the past. Like, the age that we saw her, in the very beginning when she was in front of the school, that's what I thought, the bulk of the show would be. And maybe it will be, but I really did not think, the bulk of this episode would be the childhood. So I really don't know how much longer we're going to spend on that, or if just when we're going to just move forward to that period, because that has to be where the bulk of the show takes place, because that's where everything really comes to a head, everything, the setting of the game, basically, where that would start. So it does have to be the bulk of it. I'm just not sure when we're going to transition into that. I would assume next episode, but, we'll see. We'll see. Because we still haven't really met very many characters. In the one bit, we saw one by one kind of little introductions to them, and I'll get to that in a second. But one of the first ones you're introduced to was the little blonde prince that she pretty much fell in love with immediately. The character, not the person that's inhabited her body, because she hadn't awakened yet, but just that character fell in love with him because that's kind of how the story goes, the game story goes. So, and I got that impression right when she looked at him love at first sight. I didn't think the next shot of them would be her just completely clinging to his arm. That surprised me a bit. But the girl doesn't exactly have a lot of subtlety, a lot of shame. Our first introduction to her was just being a spoiled rich brat, being no, this is not exactly what I wanted, so screw you, you're all fired. That kind of character. So that was a thing. We did see the other, briefly we saw the other character, his brother, blonde hair or silver hair over there. He just looked mildly upset, probably jealous. That's what I thought. Although I really don't know much. Just the only guess I can make with the zero context I had of him at that point. So yeah, Katarina. I think you can call her Katrina. That's not quite what her name is. It just rolls off the tongue better. I'll try to get better at that. Katarina. But it's an interesting name, I suppose. Now we had this part here. She just trips and boom, smashes her head against the ground. Now, first thing that came to mind at this scene was just she was being isekai'd, but I mean, after I said it, it didn't make too much sense because she was already isekai'd. She's already in the fantasy setting, so I doubted myself pretty quickly after I said that. But yeah, not too long after that, I realized the truth of this, which is just, the classic, you hit your head, you forget something, or you hit your head and you remember something. This was the hit your head and remember something. And that was a case of her entire sort of backstory, her entire previous life. Being a baby, climbing trees, getting chased by dogs, the whole 9 yards, playing Otome games, because she has nothing better to do with her time, apparently. And then when we transitioned back to her, we just saw that horrible head injury. That looked really bad. That looked like concussion levels bad, a huge red spot in blood going 2 different directions down her face. Just a look of shock and surprise on her face. I was a little bit worried for a second. But just like that, the true her, not the role she had been inserted into, had awakened. So now she essentially is taking over her life from this point. So we get to see everyone else being like, what the heck? This isn't the Ojo-sama that we know. Why is she acting so weird? Why is she so different? Why is she out in the garden planting, like talking to the earth? Like this is weird. What's happening? Did I miss something? Is she having a midlife crisis? Just everyone was so confused. But we as the audience know what's going on naturally. But she's now aware of everything. The whole game, the role she's been put into, the bad end that's going to result in the role she's getting put into. So the only real benefit is that she has enough time. She was put way like before the setting of the game. So theoretically, she should be able to make changes that will avoid that. Because when you have this sort of hindsight, you can make better choices, you know? If you find out that bullying someone will result in them murdering you later, maybe, just maybe, you might make a better choice, a different choice in life, you would imagine. So, yeah, she's doing that. And she's doing her best, however, you know, it's questionable how well that's going. We get these cool little inner mind meeting things, which I've seen in, like, several anime, but it's always a fun little thing. And she's just figuring out what to do, you know? Do I just not go to the Math Academy? Do I just, you know, not do this? Do I do that? Like, just kind of going through all these options and trying to figure things out. And, yeah, I think the biggest focus of the episode was just her relationship with her, like, new brother, Keith, which I'd say that went fairly well. I mean, we had a bit of a road bump when he summoned a big old dirt Claud that just attacked her. That was a little bit of a road bump, but you know, she has a lot of motivation. She's not going to be like, well, I guess he doesn't want to have a good relationship with me. Okay. Oh, well, I guess I'll move on. No, there's no moving on. This is important. Her life's on the line. She grabbed an axe. She rammed through that door. That really did catch me off guard. Like, the only thing I could have thought of was that she was going to use some kind of magic spell to break open the door. You know? I just did not imagine she would just look for the nearest axe and break the thing down. Just, yeah, I guess it works, though. It works until Mother yells at you. So. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the various characters. So Maria is the heroine. She has little flowers in her hair, and she's like blonde, and she's cute. She seems nice. You know, she enters the magical academy, age 15, and then she meets the 4 love interests. Because any kind of, you know, eroge, galage, you know, otomege, you generally have multiple love interests. Not always. There are single heroine, you know, games, but this one apparently has 4. Which would be George Doe. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I might just call him Georgie. But yeah, he's like, seems like the primary one for the most part. The 3rd Prince of the Kingdom. He's got shiny blonde hair. Which, you know, we had a decent amount of him in the episode. Then there's Allen, who we got very little of in the episode. But he seems to be a bit more of the, you know, tsundere, you know, don't talk to me kind of loner character. That's kind of what he comes across as. Again, I barely have any context for this character, so we'll see how that expands over time. But he did say some tsundere lines in his brief little zoom-in introduction thing here. And then we have Keith, who looks a little bit too much like Georgie for my liking. They have like a similar blonde hair, so I might end up mixing them up here and there, especially early on. We'll see, but yeah, he's the adopted brother. He was when they said became like a playboy, right? As like a coping mechanism. I think that's what that was referring to. Then we have the other one who I think we got like none of, Nicole Oscar back here. The son of the premier. So yeah, no idea when he's gonna show up. But I'm pretty sure we got none of him in the episode unless I just missed it. And then she introduces herself, like the character she's been put into, Katrina Kleis. You know, the fiance, the villainess, and like, yeah, when we see her, the camera's zooming up, you know, showing her evil smile. I love the outfit, the overall character design. I think is about perfect. Hairstyle, the color scheme, and just like every of her outfit. Even the earrings are kind of nice, like little like dangly. Like I just love her character design, like all over. Like it's about perfect for my preferences, I would say. I have no real complaint. So, and then she starts talking about the actual endings itself, that she torments the heroine, because, you know, of course she does. Of course she does. You know, but then we get into the actual bad stuff for her. I mean, the bullying's bad for Maria. I'm talking about bad stuff for her, like, consequences. Yeah, Katrina stripped of her rank, and we see her in, like, these little medieval handcuffs in a courtroom. And then, yeah, the heroine, the main heroine, she gets together with Georgie. and that's one bad end. But you know, then there's then there's the whole just getting killed with the knife, the sword, which is pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Like, we're trying to avoid that, which is, I guess, kind of the whole meat of the story. But apparently there's, like, no good route for her. Like, any route, it might have little differences, but it's still a bad end. So, yeah, how do you avoid all those bad ends? Because they're happy ends for the heroine, the main protagonist, but not our main protagonist, which is the problem. Now, I do want to talk about the opening a little bit. The opening was pretty great. Now, the opening seems to kind of imply that she's going to be bonding with Maria, the main girl, quite a bit here. I mean, we saw plenty of those scenes. I think that's even them, like, standing on the beach holding hands, so... Yeah, if she wants to go down the Yuri route of this game, I will gladly take that. Because that might be a good way to prevent the bad end, because a lot of the bad ends are kind of tied to, you know, Maria, her stuff, so if you just, like... got together with her, you could probably just like change the direction of the game to such a degree that the usual bad ends would have nowhere near of a chance of happening. So maybe that's what she's opting to do there. I would be 110% okay with that. That's for sure. So yeah, I think that's about everything I really want to say on the game or the anime. I kind of like the mother a little bit. Her mother, like, you know, just, I don't know, she was just kind of funny, a lot of her, like, God damn it, Cartina, whatever her name was. Like, what are you doing now? Like, I got kind of a kick out of those, so, especially when she just destroyed the door. This is pretty great. That might be my favorite part of the episode, just her breaking down the door. That might have been the best part. Because it was immediately followed up with a pretty good emotional scene, too. So that was probably the highlight of the whole episode, I would say. So yeah, no ED, though. So I look forward to eventually seeing the ED. I'm sure it'll be pretty good. The opening was pretty good. So yeah, like I said, very solid, very good start to the show. And yeah, I really like the premise, and we'll see how things go from here. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.